Sup guys and girls, Giovanni here, and I wanted to talk about the possibility of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place doing the Future Harper storyline. Everywhere I go, I see people talking about the storyline. That episode was good, and also that is why I like time travel shows, or even shows that aren't about time travel, but includes it at one point. It's because it gives you a glimpse into the future, and that right there is why I'm going to talk about on how I would bring in that Future Harper storyline into Beyond. Constantine?
Alright then. On with the show.
So first, Future Harper gave out some future knowledge to Alex, Justin, and Max. But we gotta talk about the one that was most important, which was that Wizards was exposed to the world.
So how come people know about wizards in the future?
Wizards got exposed because someone in this room has a big mouth. I'm not gonna name names.
Now let me tell you how we're bringing it in. During, let's say, season 3, in the first half, you see this black lady who's always in the background watching the characters, writing down notes, and then sometime in the second half of season 3, she starts interacting with the characters. You get to know who this black lady is, and she starts forming bonds with everyone, especially Billy. Season 3 episodes 20 and 21 are a two-parter season finale. You now see the black lady interacting with this white lady, but you never see her face, and they are arguing. Billy and gang discover who this late 30s, early 40s hot black lady is, Future Winter, and the white lady is Future Harper, either played by Jennifer Stone in old makeup or the original person. They both come clean and say Wizards was exposed. Justin would say, really? Again, Harper would say yes, but the future that the other Future Harper told you about when you were a teenager, that future has not only changed, but is much worse. Justin would think, hey, that's not gonna happen for a long time. But Winter chimes in and says, it wasn't just Wizards that was exposed. It was the whole supernatural world that was exposed. It's an all-out war. Humans and monsters, monsters and wizards, humans and humans, wizards and wizards, etc. are killing each other and are teaming up with each other. Winter says she can't exactly remember when, but she knows it happens within the next 8-ish years. She's been in this war since she was a kid, that she can't remember the exact date. Hence, why she's in the past to prevent it. Harper is trying to prevent Winter from changing the future. Why is that? It's because despite it all, despite all the chaos in the future, there's people she cares about. If Winter goes on changing the past, she ends up erasing all the people not only Harper cares about, but people she cares for as well. The best example I can use in this situation is the TV show 12 Monkeys. Cole wanted to change the past, but in doing so, he erases Ramsey's son, his best friend's son. So Ramsey went back in time to prevent Cole from doing that. And here, it's on a much bigger scale. There is a whole civil war. Some people sided with Winter, and some sided with Harper.
But wait! There's more!
The prophecy that predicts that a powerful young wizard is fated to end the world, well, that's correct, but not what you think. The best example I can use is Man of Steel. Superman may have saved Metropolis, but in doing so, he caused a lot of destruction. So with Billy, she goes up against a powerful wizard in which they cause a lot of damage and kill a lot of people, Alex Russo being one of them. This puts a lot of pressure on Billy. She's worried about the wizard competition, the prophecy, and the wizard world being exposed. So, before I get out of here, there are some other future things I want to talk about. A, all the Russo family members end up dead in the future, except for Roman. B, Roman is the one who sent Winter back in time. Oh, and they are a couple, by the way, because Roman's current girlfriend, Iggy, ends up dead, and Billy is the one who sent Harper back in time. C, Wizards were going extinct. D, now you're wondering, where are the Tribunal, the Crystals, and the Wizard Council in all this? Well, the three groups got their places invaded and got killed. Before that, all of them were advocating to kill that powerful wizard and Billy, but it was a conflict of interest because Alex, who is on the Wizard Council, was the only one sticking up for her to keep her alive, as she can stop the powerful wizard. E, Wizards in the supernatural world got exposed by a person who used to work with Gia. A thing that could have been a cool thing during season 1 is seeing Gia find out that Justin is a wizard by her investigating, but they just steamrolled over that. They're like, this time, it's gonna be different. Here's how. A person, let's call him Dave, works at WOWP News with Gia. He starts getting suspicious of her and the Russo family. He starts stalking them to find out what is so special about this family, but he ends up finding nothing as the family are able to hide the secret from him. Gia and Dave's boss, who gave Dave this chance, secretly behind Gia's back, fires him as he found nothing. He even loses his investigating license, but this makes him more determined to find out what is so special about the family. Of course, one day he is is able to find out what is the secret, and he exposes it to not only Staten Island, but the world through a secret blog. He knows if he did it through his name, the Russo family would come after him. The family do suspect him, especially Gia, because of her beef with Dave, but the family will never for sure. What also played a factor is the Gen Alpha wizards like Billy and Narissa, who would tell everybody that they are wizards. The millennials would be disappointed in them. Now, Sophie Turner, the president of the United States, would accept the wizards into their world. But months later, that's when the battle between Billy and the powerful wizard happens. And after that battle, Sophie gives this speech.
Tonight, I'm presenting to Congress for immediate emergency authorization a bill that designates all off-world-born species enemy combatants. We know who you are. We know how to find you. And we will kill every last one of you.
However, it's too late, as the presidents in the other countries were telling Sophie to exterminate them, but Winter was able to convince her not to. Because she didn't, this is where the humans versus humans happen for the war. They start launching nukes and other explosives at one another. That powerful wizard that goes up against Billy is Evil Alex's daughter, who is not named Evil Billy, but Bianca Russo. She has the same goals as her mother, which was taking over the world, capturing and imprisoning all mortals, but on a much bigger scale. Bianca just wants to destroy the world, kill all the humans, and maybe imprison the rest. Evil Alex would be so proud of her daughter, but let's make her even more scarier. She ends up killing Alex and her father. Damn. Imagine that. Now, the dynamic between Billy and Bianca is that they are sisters, and the only way Billy can stop Bianca, because locking her up won't do it, is by killing her. And when she does, it traumatizes Billy. When Future Winter tells her this is what present-day Billy is gonna want to change. Last one, G. Here's the timeline on how I think it happens. You can pause the video to read this. Season 5 is all about the wizard competition, and unlike Alex, Billy actually wins. Roman doesn't stop for her. Billy would now become a powerful wizard, setting up season 6, which is all about preventing the prophecy and the end of the world. You know who also plays a big part in this? Elliot. He's a person from my crossover video, and you get to know about him when that video comes out after Wizards season 2 ends. He died for all this not coming true, and this is how he turns into a hero. Here is another timeline on me thinking Wizards will always be exposed. There's the Harper one, where Harper does the exposing because of her books, and currently I will say that she is still a writer, but it has nothing to do with Wizards, hence why she's able to change the future. Plus, Justin ends up with Juliet. The president one, not just Wizards, but the whole supernatural world gets exposed. That includes the president. The bottom one, I call the fake but real timeline. And what I mean by that is only the Wizards get exposed. All this stays within Staten Island. And even with that, a lot of them think it's all CGI. So once again, I think it's destiny for the Wizards and supernatural world to be exposed. It just depends on how big of a scale it happens. And it doesn't matter if it's now or in the future. As Sam from Supernatural said,
whatever details you alter, we will always end up here.
But that's all I gotta say about that. Let me know in the comment section, how would you do the Future Harper storyline? I gotta tell you, the wizard competition this time around ain't gonna cut it for me. I need a big hook, which is funny because its season 2 finale is called The Wizard at the End of the World. That could all be about the prophecy. Maybe the Russo family travel to the future and see the destruction of the world. That wizard at the end of the world ends up, maybe, could be future Billy, and it's present day Billy to make sure that future doesn't come to fruition. Billy will ask future Billy though, why did she try to change the past? Future Billy says, as much as I could change the past, I have to live with the choices I have made. That happens in that episode or what I pitched, though it would be Future Harper saying it. Also, the reason Roman was able to send Winter back in time despite losing the wizard competition is because he became like his dad. He took on his father's powers, which were Professor Chrome's powers. Now, with that being said, get your fingers up and say it with me. Bye.